People haven't. Bit of an old movie at this point.
Bit of an old movie, yes, but well worth it. Watch it with your friends. Plenty of memes to be had.
But not before you watch this game. It will be double smoke so far on Virtus Pro and a defuse kit there on Snacks, and for the T side, another double smoke setup. So interested to see. And sometimes we see retake strats on this particular map on the A-bomb side. Doesn't seem like it. In fact, it's more like a retake on B, which is almost unheard of.
That is actually a very strange decision here, but VP now, they can be in a prime spot as well. Neo gets full flash, though, and that's the worst case scenario. Loses track of his crosshair. The follow-up, however, there's the crossfire setup, and Snacks and Pasha, they're shredding him. 2 kills right back, and we're into a 3-on-3. VP, it was a bouncy start there for Neo, but they did the damage to bring it back to an even keel here.
Oh man, Bialy falling very low on health. That's obviously a problem. The bomb is not planted for main, so they've got to be a bit careful about Flusher getting too far away from the action. But first of all, Virtus Pro have to get in and start that retake. Olaf, they know where he is. Can they get the right grenades in? One already being popped out, a counter flash coming in, flashing the whole Virtus Pro team. And things are looking great for Fnatic right now. Bialy goes down to Olaf Meister. Flusher with a kill on Snacks, and Taz just all over the place. Instead, it's Olaf picking up a great couple of kills at the end. And Fnatic will win the round. Well done.
Fantastic work from the Swedes. The anti-flashes were good. The anti-flashes were great for VP. Getting it back to a 2-on-2, but then they just played the anti-plant. They played the after plant so well. And that is a glimmer of the old Fnatic, right? Because they were just indomitable when it came to after plants. It was that sixth sense that just started kicking in, and it was so hard to get them off the bomb sites to get into defuse that bomb. They were so good at setting up the crossfires and knowing when to peek to support each other. And so they don't even lose a man in that retake. VP, they just ran into a brick wall. And so the Swedes will get the strong start. They will win the pistol. And now we have to see if they're going to be able to hold things together here in the second round.
2 Deagles, 2 5.7s, and a scout on Pasha. So there is an investment into this round from the VP point of view. They will still be able to save some money. There's 800 in Taz and Neo, so something is being saved here, but could still put up a pretty good fight, I think, against the Fnatic team, who are being very careful right now, except for holding B, which is strange. If you're this careful on the rest of it, surely you'd want someone holding outside of B to make sure Virtus Pro aren't sneaking out. Oh,
actually got a little bit of a tag there down to 90 HP. Crim's gonna set it up though. Sure enough, looking to take advantage of it, but he just can't get the shot put together fast enough. So a bit of a missed opportunity. Bialy going right back to Bialy's spot behind Forklift. This is his home turf, and this is a stack now for VP. They have 4 players ready on A to just welcome Fnatic onto the site, and already Snacks and Bialy shredding them.
Doing a great job, Snacks following up. He continues, and Dennis is now left alone in a 1-on-3 with just 30 seconds left. This is an absolute disaster. A bit of a replay of the match that we saw last time, where they just kept trading rounds again and again, and now Dennis is completely confused. Shot in the back. He's going to get the kill on Neo, but he's down to 38. How do you even get the bomb plant in this kind of position? If you try for it, they're going to be right on top of you. And, well, he gets the headshot on Pasha. And something going right now. It's just Taz left and takes him out with a Deagle. And Virtus Pro, they win the follow-up round. Man, what an upsetting situation for Fnatic.
That's such a scary situation, though, because you're thinking in the back of your mind that Dennis could do it. He's in a position to win. He still had 14 seconds left when he takes that fight with Taz. So he could have actually tried to make it onto the site and set up for the plant. Instead, he chose to fight, and, well, it wasn't pretty. They don't survive. That's been the trend, Anders. We're cursed. You win the pistol if we're casting your game today. You win the pistol, but you do not win the second round.
It's very interesting, and I actually kind of like what Fnatic were doing. It seemed like they were sort of grouped up to just explode onto the A-bomb side and not have to worry about fighting, you know, scouts and deagles on range. They were just going to go and get the bomb down, but they never made it past the first point of contact. And now they've lost 2, and they have bought into this round, Fnatic, so they are hoping, at the very least, to get a couple of kills and preferably also a bomb plant.
Exactly right. Dennis will find the shot, and Flusha as well drops Snacks. Pretty sure Flusha spotted the man in vents as well, goes for the repeak, and he will get punished for it. And so that leaves Dennis all by his lonesome here. 1v3, and he will do the best that he can, which is guarantee that bomb. No! Neo, perfect timing. Denies it at the last possible moment.
That's so upsetting. Gives them an AK as well. And that's going to make it 2-1, favoring Virtus Pro. Without the bomb plant, they can't really do anything. They just have to suck it up and play with Glocks.
Hard eco, boys. Hard eco. This isn't 2014 anymore. Just can't force every round and win. Olafmeister is no longer getting more kills with the Tech 9 than he did with the rifle. Never forget.
That was a real thing at one point in time. And also the mentality just was that if you're on the T side, you want to fight for all of the first 5 rounds. Oh well, Snacks gets confused in the smoke. That does not usually happen, but somehow JW had a bit of angle on him. It's only the MP9 that's gone to waste, so should still be fine here for VP, but gotta make sure you don't give up anything else. So I would say play like 2A, 2B or something like that. Like, make sure you're playing little teams here and that nothing gets out of control. Are they actually waiting on the other side for Bialy to boost? It looked like for a minute there was at least one person and a second one by the ice cream truck. What a shot on Dennis. Just want to take a little peek over the truck.
Just want some ice cream.
Yeah.
It's hot out here. Look at that sun beating down. You're camping by an ice cream truck. The temptation is going to be too great. There aren't many people who could resist that, Anders.
Definitely not. Certainly not me, Sumner. 48 seconds left here, and Neo playing very aggressively in main. Sometimes I would say don't do that, especially a couple of seconds ago when he didn't have Bialy behind him, because that's always a bit scary with the squeak door. But now things seem to be sort of clicking into order here for Virtus.pro. Even with the headshot on Bialy, might be in a bit of trouble, and Pasha's going to be going down. Virtus.pro just need to set up a good crossfire, and it should be no issue at all. Taz missing a bit of an opportunity, but Crims has gone down. There's only 20 seconds. The bomb has dropped up there. They're closing that door, and no chance for JW either.
Unbelievable that he gets it down that low. 15 HP he survives with at the end there.
Seemed like a much too close of a round. They're just Glocks on the other side.
No AWP picked up for JW, however.
2, though, on the other side.
Yeah. And these are your boy. No, it's not going to be Neo with the AWP.
You know,
Snacks and Pasha.
They also seem to have rotated him out of B, which, I mean, I think they had for a while, and there was a short time when they had him back in there, and then now they're just doing something entirely differently. But I still think Neo was just a good positional player on that site. This time, 3 middle, 1A, 1B for Virtus.pro. That'll probably change in, 20 seconds, but it's a good way to start off a round in case Fnatic wanted to go aggressive.
We'll flash through, and Snacks is taking quite a bit of damage in the meantime. Those are the duel, but they line it up, and Neo, double spray for him, and that sets it up for Taz as well to find the shot on Olafmeister. Just like that, Fnatic try to go bursting through the smoke in mid, and they walk right into the trap yet again. VP aren't even on the A site this time. It was on a different part of the map.
Pasha making noise in the middle, trying to get the angle, but Neo with a 3rd kill for himself. Crims should not be allowed to get very much done. They don't quite know where he is, and he also has the bomb, but just keep this setup alive and don't give him any kills.
I really want to see this from Neo as well, just because yesterday when we saw them playing Vega on Nuke, his teammates were just sucking all the oxygen out of the room. He was sitting at like 2 frags, I don't know, 10, 12 rounds into the half, right? Just couldn't find frags. Here, now, however, we go into the 6th round, and Neo, he's off to a pretty good start. I like it. And he even saves the AWP.
It is a great way. This quick transition, taking down Dennis, and that's really important because if Neo goes down, then the other player who's in middle then, which I think was Tazria, he's suddenly going to be quite exposed, and everything got a bit weird, so brilliant transition. Now, the 6th round is coming up, and Fnatic again with almost no money at all.
6-0-2 for Neo. Let's go. And you're right, though. They keep getting reset here, Fnatic. That's agonizing because you're going for the half buy now. I do like that. They aren't trying to really force it. Spending a little bit of money here in this round. And they're going to go for the explosive play onto A. Move together as a unit and just go cascading onto the site. Bialy has changed up his position. He's counting on Pasha baiting the shot, essentially. This is a 2-part defensive setup here for VP. And they even have Neo holding a truck as well, though he is worried a little bit about Z. But this is sick. Pasha takes the shot, draws the attention away from Bialy. Bialy whips around and catches anybody looking to try and punish Pasha.
In a round like this, if Fnatic had Molotovs and lots of them, this particular setup would be dangerous. In a round where they don't, it should work out pretty well. We'll see if Fnatic can breach the gap here. Bialy just doing all the work with a triple, and Pasha with the last 2. So everything in perfect order for the Polish side, making it 5-1, and just a fantastic start for the home team.
Bialy doesn't even wait. It's just like, the whole point, Bialy, is that you're supposed to just wait for Pasha to take a shot. He's like, actually, hold on, but I can go and get the kills myself.
I'll be the superstar.
Another one.
And now there's money back in the hands of the Fnatic team. That's at least something. But a pretty powerful beginning here to the game.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets if you're VP. Right now, you're sitting at 5 rounds, CT cash. Fairly decent economy, considering what 3 players have got 8 grand in the bank, so that's not too shabby. And you've got Fnatic on the ropes in terms of economy, but Fnatic, they know this, and they're just going to go rushing out onto the A site. 1-for-1 trade, but Bialy's still alive. Nearly picks up the other one, but Olofmeister, too quick, hits the headshot, and we're into a 3-on-3 yet again.
Hiding inside the smoke. Pasha with the no-scope. He can't do it. He tries again. And Pasha picking up Olof. What in God's name just happened? It's now Pasha to go down. Crims with another headshot, dropping snacks. And that leaves Crims versus Taz in a 1 versus 1 here. And a lot rides on this for the Swedish side. They really need this round. This is unbelievable.
First it was Dennis, now it was Crims. Fnatic just showing the depth of their roster when it comes to individual performance. You give these guys a chance to hit headshots with AKs, and they will find you. Taz, though, he's going for the long con. I like it. Was wondering if he was going to try and make his way back through mid. He's trying to cut off Crims. If Crims decides to rotate off of A towards B, Taz will be ready. But also, this sets him up to go through A main. If Crims commits to the A site, Taz will be there to backstab him. It's a question now whether Crims is going to catch on to this or not.
It's so hard because once you haven't seen anyone in 25 seconds, you could essentially just say, I have no way of knowing, and he has no way of knowing, so, you know, everything just goes out the window. Crims doing his best to check it, timing almost working against him. Taz is coming in, he turns around at the perfect time. It's unbelievable. Triple for Crims, all headshots. A beautiful round coming out of him. You see some reactions. I mean, such a long time for Taz to get in that position, but these 2 first kills are just stunning, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, that was something that's crazy about this round is the fact that Virtus.pro actually had a very good read on Fnatic. They had 3 men stacked in A, 2 in B, and none in middle. So you would think they had the perfect setup to deal with shutting down that kind of a push for the Fnatic team, but...
And Bialy was close.
Yeah.
Had he had that third kill on Olofmeister, that pretty much ends it. And instead, we're left with Fnatic on a 2nd round, and VP having to tap into that bank. Snacks, once again, he's been playing from Czechia with this AWP. He got popped for it last time, so we'll see if Flusha's going to get a little bit of a punish here or not. Flusha with the UMP, not the best gun to have in this situation if you're going up toe-to-toe with an AWP.
Definitely not. Him and Taz playing over there. Neo again dropped kind of low, just grenaded on right underneath the boost. Fnatic should be getting pretty paranoid at the fact that continuously Neo has been playing close to this position. Looks like Crims is going to bomb out the vent as well, so Neo is going to have almost no chance for any kind of backup, and he's going to try and make his way back.
I just heard the vents go pop as well. That could have been a little bit of misinformation, and it was exactly that, because Neo isn't going to be hanging around there. Instead, he's rotating over towards the A site, and 4 players now gathered up here for Virtus.pro on this A site, with Fnatic slowly inching their way closer. We could have yet another out-and-out battle here. It could be just all-out chaos. Oops. That was not intended.
And with this kind of a setup, it should be VP coming out on top. They've got a really, really great setup for it. All they have to do is try and slow down the push. Flick comes in, and Bialy actually does not want to challenge it, even though he heard the shot come out mid-air, though. Pasha going to get the kill on Flusha. Neo with 1. JW and Dennis trying to find their way back, but JW's down. They only have 12 seconds, and Pasha will get the kill on 1 and a second 2. Dennis is down and out. Pasha with the triple. And Virtus.pro with 6 round again, choking out the Swedish economy. What are they left with?
Not a whole lot, Anders. That's the answer. 2,800 on Dennis. It's the most they've got to work with. Crims is right behind him as well. But the main thing here, and there it is, that's what I was curious about. Is this time to go for the timeout? And it looks like Fnatic, they finally figured out enough is enough. We need to start discussing just a little bit here what needs to happen next. Keep in mind, the coaches can only communicate with the players when it is a timeout like this. And so Jumpy, he might have something to say as well. That's like the most agonizing situation to be in if you're a coach and you're just watching your play and you can't talk to them. It's like, please, let me just say one thing.
And how do you make up for the fact that for quite a number of rounds now, Virtus.pro have had they had the 3-man stack in middle when Fnatic were pushing aggressive middle. Twice now they've had a 3 or 4-man stack towards A now. At least Fnatic won one of them due to Crims winning, you know, getting a triple essentially.
Right.
But apart from that, Virtus.pro setup on the CT side is so good. They just have, it seems like they have all the intel out Fnatic are doing almost every time. That's very hard to play against.
Well, Fnatic aren't holding back. They've gone for the force buy in this round. 2 AKs to work with, a flash, and well, that's not going to be anything to do here with Pasha and his AWP. And Pasha going for the repeat, getting just a little bit greedy. He gets tagged down to 22, and I guess he's doing this because he's got Neo there to back him up. Because sure enough, Neo's going to go for the follow-up. Big Taz as well, holding close, will find a kill of his own. And this is a 2-on-4 now. Fnatic reeling. And they have no more utility. They have pistols. They don't even have Kevlar. It's Crims and Dennis, the two guys who sacked their money for the benefit of the team.
They wanted this mid-fight Fnatic and they got it. They just did not end up winning it. Tapping away Neo. Out of bullets.
Oops.
Otherwise, that might have been the end of it. Pasha will come in and close it all out. 7-2 here. Such a great setup. That was Taz in the vents by B, and then 2 men in middle. That's, I mean, if you boost up into that, you can't really expect to win that fight. You're probably going to lose that pretty much 100% of the time. Pasha's got 12 and 5.
Exactly, especially when Pasha, who's gone back to the AWP, is hitting shots again. Yeah. All of a sudden, he has become a real threat. So wherever he is on the map, he's just finding frags. Feels like there's a bit of a trend going on here. We'll have to see. Can he get to 35 frags in regulation time?
Seriously doubt it. There we are going to see the jump boost coming in. Snax could actually be in a lot of trouble. He's got some backup. Luckily, Taz has come in and he has a Molotov. Did he hear it? No, they're not prepared at all. Definitely no intel. Taz is down. And Snax has got the pistol. He's already been shot in the face once. And they're not going to chase him down. Just a perfect call for Fnatic in this round. It'll be interesting now to see if they can hold all the way off. They need this round on the Swedish side.
Oh boy. That's not what you want to see. Bialy worried about the lurk in mid, but he might be able to get the drop on Crims here if he moves fast enough. Sure enough, making just a little bit of noise. Neo took a lot, or Crims rather, took a lot of damage from the HE. And he successfully gets around the corner, but he's going to roast alive. Bialy's there to end his pain, and Bialy gets the follow-up on GW as well. It's all flushing out with the AWP, and Flesha really, yeah, just he hopes for the lucky shot, but just back off and save that gun. Not too bad, actually. You get the bomb plant,
yeah,
and you get to save an AWP for whoever wants it in the next round if you're Fnatic.
It's one of those rounds where you desperately wish if you're Fnatic that you had actually gone for the Tech 9 armor, because then you get the first couple of kills. You're like, well, you know, we probably just win the round right now. But the lack of armor and the lack of grenades making it difficult, even if it was great. I mean, and it certainly was. 8-2, and moving on. 11th round coming up. AWP in the hands of JW. Can he break it open? Can he defeat Pasha? I feel like JW's been on fire lately. I want to see him up more the rest of this game. Let's get some of that action in. He's challenging the middle. Does not hit the shot through the smoke. I still like the idea. There's a bit of a failed grenade there coming out from Neo. Losing Bialy. He's holding close with his back to the fire and down to half health. This might be a great start for Fnatic.
This is sick. And then the Molotov up close as well. Neo, however, will not have anything to do with that. Smoke goes down to block it off, and so VP now. Ball is in their court. How do they decide to play from here? Pasha has got his AWP, and he will fish around in mid. He's got Taz backing him up as well. See if anybody's still lurking around here for Fnatic. And Snax has decided to hide behind the box and checkers, so he's just got that angle exactly right. Key for Fnatic now is going to be all about not dying to Pasha. About grouping up and moving together onto a site as a unit and taking advantage of the man advantage. But now, really, it's, yeah, it looks a little grim.
Looked like that was a great flick from JW. We could see it in slow motion. You have to wonder how close that was to hitting, but Pasha's lightning fast right now. And yesterday, he certainly was as well. Smoke going to go really far. Will it really draw anyone out? Yeah, it does actually draw Pasha a bit back. So is that going to be enough for them to make it through the vent? You have to wonder. Snax is actually holding all the way over towards the bomb site. And they've also got a bit of backup in Taz. So still a pretty powerful hold. They make it in, and Taz going to be going down. Snax will pick up one, but his feet are on fire. And trying to escape it will only expose him to Flusher. Neo in a 1 versus 3. It's a great take here for Fnatic. That's very impressive.
And he just saved the AWP. I mean, 1v3 on B site, that's pretty ambitious. So at that point, when you have the op right there, maybe save that. I mean, you do have the money to rebuy. But you could have just saved that, backed off, and continued to build the bank instead. Now, mainly due to Dennis and the lurk through mid. I think that opened up so much space. Although he didn't get the kill on Taz, it was Olofmeister who hit the shot to open up the B site. But just the fact that he's there to cut off the rotation from A. Pasha, he just dies to Dennis a second later, right? I mean, that is such a powerful position that Dennis managed to work himself into, and I think that was the key to unlocking it for Fnatic.
Well. Quick boost, and an even quicker death for JW. Pasha, again, just hitting way too many shots right now, and looks like they might go for the counter boost, which they've done a couple of times already. All of us right on the other side. No one getting tagged this time, but that's a bit scary. Now they're both weirdly trapped in the corner here. Molotov fails. I think that was meant to actually go over the box. Bit of grenade damage onto Neo, but still 4 versus 5, and everyone needs to calm down right now for Virtus.pro. They have a chance at sweeping this first half. If they win this map round now, then Fnatic are going to have no money for the rest of it. Yeah,
they're going to get just choked out. And I mean, VP going for the mind games right now. Not sure that Fnatic, definitely don't think that Fnatic were expecting a counter boost when the man advantage is already in play. Pasha is there. Bialy, though, on high, finds 2 kills, and Pasha still alive in the corner. Olofmeister, it's the slowest peak of his life, and Pasha... Don't think it was him. I think it was Neo spraying him down.
Yeah.
But I thought for a second he was going to get that shot blind. Okay, then. But the point that I was trying to make is just the fact that VP are going for the power plays here. It's not the best CS to be like re-peeking and trying to look for fights when you have the man advantage on CT side.
No.
But you know that Olofmeister probably just had a heart attack. Wow. JW, that's twice now where he's got the crosshair placement. He's just not able to get the shot off fast enough.
Pasha's lightning fast. Him and Bialy, top of the scoreboard, 16 and 13 kills respectively. And Fnatic have decided, listen, we've had enough. No more saving. We're going to buy. We're going to try and see if we can win this one back. JW, that's dangerous. People routinely peek on top of that box with the AWP. Snacks to take down Dennis, and there's a bit of a trap lurking. They might not realize, but Taz is here. So if they try and rush him down, that could get really ugly. Flusher waiting for it. Nice flick onto Taz. Snacks now in a lot of trouble. They are all around him. He's still moved in, scoped up. They haven't actually checked it yet. They see him, but he still gets the kill on JW, and Snacks returning back in. Now backup is here, and he's going to get the kill on Olofmeister. No one can stop him at this point in time. Crims is down to 10 health, and Snacks again. That's a quad kill, leaving Crims alone to get taken out. This is the magic that we expect out of Snacks. All over the place, close range with the AWP, hiding inside of the smokes and just being an all-round terror.
He is obscene, man. And this is why other teams, when you're talking about Virtus.pro, it's just like, well, they still have Snacks, right? They still have Snacks. Maybe they're in a bit of a slump right now, but as long as they have Snacks, things can work out. It can be all right because he's capable of plays like that. And that's off of him also not getting enough information with that first peek to know exactly what Fnatic have. If it was a force buy, if it was still an eco, not quite sure. Otherwise, I don't think Taz would have been holding that close. Because if you're thinking, oh, it's just going to be an eco, well then, yeah, you can hold close and maybe you're going to get lucky with it, right? But
this is completely grotesque, isn't it? I mean, he's not, especially that kill against JW, who's actually pre-firing the angle.
Yeah.
All of this is out of this world. 10-3. That was Fnatic's big investment. That was what was going to crack it all open for them. Now instead it's 10-3 and they don't have the money to buy. They're just going to go for Tech9s and Armor, I suppose.
B-Rush.
Yeah, maybe worth it.
Contact B. I mean, it is definitely a viable strategy here because they know now, if Snacks is going to be here with an op. If we throw 4 Tech9s at him, we can just run him over, right? Maybe he takes one of us, but we should win through and get onto the site. And it looks like that's going to be the game plan. Smoke's going down left and right here on the B site. Molotovs as well. Snacks turned away, and they're running close, and he knows it. There's the 5-7. And he could just set it up perfectly here. Pasha's chiming in with 2 kills of his own.
So smart from Snacks. Taz is in there as well. It will be Pasha with the triple. Here's why this is so smart. So he gets smoked out, and Taz is actually holding the close box in the bomb site with an M4. Now, if 5 Tech9s come around the corner, it's pretty unlikely that Taz can get more than maybe even just 1 kill. It's a good chance he's going to get run over. So Snacks is just saying, well, I will be here for the crossfire. I can actually see them before they get to Taz. So if he just stays on the other side of the smoke, he sort of pretty much making a good case that Fnatic could at least get the bomb plant down. This way he was taking up so much space, and then obviously Pasha coming here from the high ground and getting 3 kills, not bad either. 11-3, the 15th round is coming up here. Virtus Pro looking indomitable right now. The Plow is back.
Back to back and against a much better opponent as well in the form of Fnatic. I mean, yesterday versus Vega, they qualified first time that they're here, but also, you know, you're not really expecting big things out of them. This is more about experience for them at this point. And so VP, they draw them in the first round. You're like, okay, Vega, they got trounced on Nuke. Fnatic, they're a little bit of a different beast though, and yet still. Oh,
shooting at his feet. Flusher trying to get out alive. They're solo already on half the Fnatic players. Bialy going to cancel it all out, but this should be a fairly easy end to the half here. They're also weirdly boxed in as Taz has been pushing up behind them. They will get the kill and at least one.
Interesting decision by Taz to keep pushing. Guess he assumed everybody was in there. But Bialy will eventually find a shot on Crims, and this is just JW and Olofmeister rotating out. That's what I mean by it, is that if Taz just stays alive by Ice Cream Truck, he's actually just got them boxed in completely on a nowhere to go out if you're Fnatic. Oh, Snacks overreacting there with the flick. But really, if you're JW and Olof, I mean, what? You've got 25 seconds left, boys.
Yeah. There's a limit to how deep this round can go, especially with Bialy around the corner. He's already got one in. He's going to get the last 2 as well for a 12-3 finish in favor of the Polish Plow. This is just absolutely remarkable. This team has a deep and long history of showing up when it really matters. Yeah. And I don't know. That's just their core quality, it seems.
And they've also had a couple of warm-up tournaments as well, Anders, right? I mean, Cologne, that is one of the things at the beginning of the year we were talking about, where it's just like, you know, VP, they are one of those teams where if they just go to a LAN before the LAN that matters, that first LAN is kind of like a warm-up LAN for them, and then they hit that. Then they start hitting some crazy level here, and well, they're off to a very strong start at the major where it matters most for them, on home turf in Krakow.
Yeah, so I think Snacks is actually from Krakow, isn't he? I think someone was saying that yesterday. We should go get that checked up, but that was being spread around the campfire. I can't believe that it's been this one-sided. I thought, you know, Virtus Pro could win this, but I was certainly thinking that Fnatic would put up more of a fight, especially in the first half. I actually think that's where I was anticipating Fnatic to put up most of their fight.
Right.
Now Virtus Pro on the T side, and they're going to have a lot of room to work with. A lot of utility as well being picked up here. That's interesting. Look at this. A Molotov, 2 smoke, only armor on 2 people, a Deagle on Pasha. I mean, what's going on?
Similar to what we saw yesterday as well. Pasha with the Deagle at least. But a single player on B for Fnatic. This is not going to be a happy setup here. Dennis is going to do the best that he can, and this man with the pistol is absolutely insane. 3 headshots, and this is not going according to plan for VP. Finally, Pasha will find him. But the damage is done, and Dennis is insane on B site with the pistol. Count on him against all odds to find the 3 kills that will save that round.
It looked like he was confused about why he was getting a clap on his shoulder then. Like, he just mentally tuned out for all those kills. Just look at this. How is this even a thing? Especially, the most ridiculous part is that he jumps for this shot.
It's just this guy gets highlights on B site cash with the pistols.
Come on.
This is just his, like some players, you know, it's just like the turf where they hit another level. And while Dennis, bit of a demonstration there, what he's capable of.
All right, Fnatic. Now they've done that part, there's just a bit left. Get the economy rolling, break Virtus Pro, and make a comeback. It's absolutely possible. From 12-3, not easy, but we've seen it done before. Some weapons being picked up here by Virtus Pro, but they don't have a lot of utility to force Fnatic into a fight, really. Dennis will give them a chance at least once, taking down Snacks as well. All looking good right now for the Swedes.
Oh, indeed. There's the flash, and it's not good enough. Bialy turned away, but Dennis will go ahead and collect that kill regardless. Taz and Pasha, the last 2 alive here for Virtus Pro. And, well, not for long. Dennis with the quad kill. 3 in the pistol, 4 in the... I mean, really, right? It's just natural that he should get the ace next.
Yeah, ramping it up.
Why not?
It's going to be interesting to see how far they can bring it back. I feel like at least this isn't as bad as we've been talking about on Inferno. CT and Cash, you can get the big lockdowns. Obviously, we just saw that from Virtus Pro. I think that's more doable. There's more of a chance. You can play way more aggressive on this map than you can on Inferno, I think, as the CT side. Or at least there's a chance you won't be punished quite as badly for it. So, wonder if the Swedes are going to show us anything of that nature. They have all the rifles they could ever want, and looks like Virtus Pro about to just walk into the blender here. The run boost, gonna do too much. No armor, and maybe should have been a bit more for Dennis there, but ultimately, Crims, who's been struggling a bit, will get a nice triple for himself. It's not bad.
Not bad. Anti-eco frags, they always feel good, you know. Now, though, we get into the meat and potatoes of the beginning of the second half. It's going to be the buy round coming in. And now we get to see exactly what they're going to have to put on the table here, Virtus Pro, and when they have their backs to the wall. In the sense that they definitely, like you say, do not want to let Fnatic start off strong here and get that economy rolling. They need a bot Fnatic on the nose right here. And get up to 13 rounds, Virtus Pro. Let's see, though. AKs, pretty full nades, actually. And very quick into A main, and also taking control of Squeak Door. Let's see here, is Olafmeister going to get a shot to the head, or is he going to be able to find that pick on Pasha, get revenge for the first half? Nope, Taz, peekaboo moment there, finds the headshot on Olafmeister instantly, but Flusher will trade versus Bialy.
Now they're out on the site. JW somehow lives with the FAMAS. Eventually he's going to be going down. That makes it a 2-on-3, and now it's just a question of getting the bomb in. Don't challenge, there's no reason to. Planting with no coverage, one of the worst things in the world, and Snacks goes down.
There's your reward, Anders. There you go. You finally get to say it. You finally get to say it.
Gives me an actual migraine to watch that happen. Crims and Dennis now left. And here's the thing. I mean, this is not just Virtus. Everybody does this. What is Pasha's role in that situation? He's just running back. People do this. They just run back behind the box and wait. And it's like, why? He did put up a smoke, but then at least communicate it to your teammates. Something is going on. Now they're going to go for the default plan instead. But if this is the key, going for the peak there, Pasha goes down. Dennis, an absolute menace at this point in time. And Neo is going to be dropped. Dennis with another triple kill. And Fnatic converting the round into a win. A big misstep. Let there be a lesson to all. Stop doing that.
Just cover your mates when they plant. It's the same thing on Mirage when you're planting CT and nobody's watching CT. You're just like, Blaze! Like, just cover your teammates when they put the bomb down. That's just a tough break for Neo as well because planting wide open like that is really that's the plant for either a main or Squeak, and so it kind of narrows down the options there for Dennis. Where could Neo be? One of two places. And while they missed it on the chance, they miss out on the chance here, Virtus Pro. Thanks to the bomb plant, they will have enough money to go for a buy. It's going to be slim pickings on the nade side, but they do have the AKs. And they do have the aim. I mean, Taz, he did a fantastic job entering onto A, so if he can continue delivering headshots like that here for his team, things could get interesting. But Fnatic, they can still continue to build the eco here.
Absolutely. There's only a 5-round gap. This is suddenly very manageable for the Swedish side, and like I said, they've been looking so much better recently, and I think even in the first half we saw some of their players kind of disappear. Crims, JW didn't have a lot of good shots either. If they get put into play in the second half here, who knows what can happen. Virtus Pro, this is not done yet. They need to keep fighting, and they've managed to sneak their way all the way into check out 3 people. That's not usually what you're allowed to do. At least you have to make a lot of noise to get here. Dennis is down. Crims, a lot of trouble, and he's going to fall. Now, Fnatic have to really think this through. 4 versus 3 retake on B is not easy. If you can't get a quick kill, that's a great grenade. Follow-up Molotov. Not going to do too much this time, but they can't get a kill right now. They need to think this through and decide if they want to... What?
Taz kills himself. Well, there's a mistake that can come back to haunt you. There's a mistake that can definitely come back to haunt you if you're Virtus Pro. Again, now you're making life a little bit easier here because the nade superiority is there for Fnatic. They're clearing spots out methodically with incendiaries. 3-on-3. Neo taking just a smidge of damage, and Bialy as well. And now is the time where something has to happen here if you're Fnatic. And sure enough, Bosch is going to open up, but that sets it up for Neo to get the cross. And Bialy, H1 on VP, managing to pick up a kill in that retake. And in the end, it will actually work out here for Virtus Pro.
I cannot for the life of me explain to you why Taz died in that situation. Because he walks in and out of the fire like 3 separate times to burn live. It's not that the fire sort of spreads to him, and then he just sits in it and dies. He actually sort of like wiggles in and out of it for a bit. It's like playing a game with chicken or something with the fire. Don't do it.
I mean,
just don't. It's my advice for the future. Don't do it.
It's not really like it's a mystery when it comes to fire, right? You know, you put your hand in it, it kind of hurts.
Yeah, it is pretty straightforward. Well then, maybe someone will show us a replay, show us an angle we didn't see. Maybe they could win on that. We are up to a 6-round gap. Virtus.pro winning that one and sneaking through the smoke into Checker. That's a really bold play, and you saw how badly it caught Fnatic off guard. Dennis was even, I think Crimson and Dennis were actually both sort of looking there and realized it was just too much.
The main thing is that they got the raid boss as that opening kill, right, VP? Dennis wasn't able to have an impact. I mean, he's at 20 frags right now. Doubling the runner-up. That's Olofmeister with 10.
Oh, it looked like JW wanted to get flashed in through the smoke, but instead now waiting by the forklift. This might not be a good position. There are a lot of people coming for him. He's going to get one. Bialy with one of them, and HE grenade from Pasha to take out Flusher. And now Pasha once more. He doesn't have the AWP this time, but the AK might not be enough. JW gets a couple of kills before he's down, and now it's Dennis versus Neo. Same 1v1 from earlier that Dennis won, and he's going to do it again. Double kill for him to save Fnatic. This is so incredibly close right now. I'm sort of shocked that JW managed to get that much out of the round. Yeah, and being so mobile as well. Keep in mind, he started at forklift and then worked his way all the way back around to NBK corner to actually make something happen there and pick up the kills on A main. Like, that is sick play from JW. Not stopping for a second. And well, obviously, Dennis, another huge clutch. I mean, Dennis really is right now the driving engine behind Fnatic. 22 frags, 2 massive clutches to keep his team in it. And well, that just resets VP so hard. Yeah, this might be the opening to make the full comeback, actually, because the Polish economy is looking dire at the moment. Bit of a jump and actually some damage onto JW after that. That's not a bad shot for Snacks to hit. Now he's hiding behind the forklift, and can he sneak his way in? I don't think he got spotted this time, and he will take down Flusher. It's a nice return from JW. This is the kind of aim that we want to see out of him. A bit more of that. Gonna go face first through the squeak door. He runs out of bullets against Taz. That's just unfortunate. Bialy should not be allowed to get the bomb plant here. Actually fakes it once, but with a Glock, it's not going to be too impressive. Deagle, P250, yeah, sure, but... Yeah, exactly. P250 might have been a real fight there, unfortunately for him, though. They are going to go for the buy, though, it looks like, VP. I like Taz, though, because he tries to get through back into the smoke because he picked up the M4. So if he could have just got back through that smoke, then you're talking rifle, M4. Maybe you can do something with that, right? You can help Bialy out. So, I mean, initially on the surface, this buy looks great for Virtus.pro, but you look at the grenades, you think, and then you look at the fact that there's no armor on Pasha either, things get a bit more risky. No armor AWP on T side is always more dangerous. There's so many chances for you to get blown up. And this is the second time they've done this now. These kinds of just very low eco kind of buys where you're just getting the rifles, but you're not giving yourself any utility to work with. And so now, I mean, well, it came pretty damn close last time. So will it work again here? I mean, Pasha was just doing work with that AWP in the first half, so I think right now VP are like, oh, you have an op. Okay, maybe we can count on you to create the opening. It's an unusual amount of wall banging going on here. Usually we don't see this much of it. It's done quite a bit of damage to JW, and Crims is going to fall to Neo. That's a huge pickoff over at the B side of the map. With the damage done to JW now, things are looking sketchy. Neo wants to peek that angle, but there's a second player that's shown up. Taz gets one. JW will go down to Neo as the refrac, and he's going to push all the way into CT spawn. This very intelligent Olofmeister coming out of vents quick and wrecking the whole round for Virtus.pro. They had everything going their way. They were so focused on that CT spawn area, they just forgot about the vents, and they could have had at least 2 people covering it. That's some sick awareness from Fnatic. Olofmeister started that rotation into mid pretty early on. And so they were fully covered on that B side if it came down to hit. Olof, man, he just delivered. And now 1v2, 14 seconds left for Snacks. And well, there's the Molotov, unfortunately for him. Again, getting caught with a nade in his hand. Is he going to be able to make it back onto the site? 7 seconds. He's cutting it pretty fine here. 5 seconds, and he's just now starts the bomb plant. And it's not going to happen because Olofmeister's going to be there to... Oh!
He won't win the round, but again, this time it goes their way. The split second goes VP's way, and they get that bonus money. And it looks like we will have that timeout called this round, Anders. Virtus Pro.
I'm so shocked because as soon as Neo pushes into CT spawn, right? The other two members, I'm kind of all right with one of them holding upper. Might not be completely necessary, but you could do that. But what is the third player on that bomb site doing for Virtus Pro? You know, why isn't there someone covering the vents?
Pasha was, I think he was covering upper with the AWP, right?
Yeah, I wonder about that. Very strange. 13-9 is the scoreline. Oh, sorry, 13-10 here, and Fnatic looking very
upper.
good.
Yeah, he was covering upper.
Yeah, but then what was Bialy doing? That's what I mean, like, so it's fine. One upper, Neo is CT spawn.
Yeah.
What's Bialy's role in this? You know,
Neo charged the smoke, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Unless Flusha just sprayed through the smoke and got him that way.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that. Fine with Neo going for that. I think that's not such a bad play, but I just don't understand what the third VP player was. Someone should have been covering that. That's the basic point. That's the message that I'm trying to get across. Slight miscommunication, I think, and that could have cost them, did cost them quite a bit. Now we're back to pistols and armor and see if they can get a jump on the B-bomb side. It does look pretty well guarded right now. They do have a Molotov for back checkered though. Maybe they could pick up a quick kill on Dennis. That would certainly be something. One good Molotov.
One good barbecue. Swedes love barbecues too. So I mean, you know, doesn't look like Dennis wants to have one. Instead, he's going to back out. But Bialy might be ready at this angle. When's the go signal here?
They love barbecue, not being barbecued. Grammar is really important, Samler.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But hey, there's going to be one whether they like it or not. This is going to be sick. But Crims, flash still 1-for-1 trade. Dennis is still alive, however, the raid boss, and he's wreaking havoc. This is just back and forth. The man advantage now turns into a 2-on-2. Somehow VP battle through, but Flusha from upper will find the shot on Taz, and that leaves it down to Neo. 1v2. Once again, Neo, the last man standing. Luckily for him, though, Dennis is already dead, so let's see what he can do.
Neo in a really miserable position, sort of like Snacks the last round. As soon as you get the bomb down, you're locked on the site. They have an HE grenade, and that can actually cancel out the round right away. It doesn't touch Neo, so all he has to do is hit a couple of great headshots. Another grenade raining in. Flusha wants to go for the peak. Neo gets the one kill, and JW there with the refrag immediately. A very expensive round for Fnatic, something that they can't quite afford. They really need to have some good flawless rounds here, but it's better than losing them 13-11. This is turning into a very close game right now. I have no idea who's going to win it anymore. Pasha's got 23 kills. Dennis has got 23 kills. 21 on Bialy. So there's still hope here for Virtus Pro to close out the game, but seems like the Swedes are hanging in there.
Never say die, and this is some classic kind of Fnatic as well. Getting that lockdown on CT side. 4 rounds. They reset VP. With another 4 in a row. Okay, then now can they actually get past that? Extend the streak to 5. They've got all the gear necessary to do it. JW even has his AWP. And Pasha, this time he's got Kevlar to watch against that shrapnel. Just hoping for somebody to go aggro in A main. The flash is going to make you think so, and so that'll buy a little bit more time here. But Taz shaking his head. He does not hear anything. No footsteps.
Just a lot of focus. I like the fact that they're making sure no one sneaks out of B. Neo is on guard duty over on that side, which is always a good idea. They want Fnatic to go aggressive, and Fnatic have done that a lot in A main. This just isn't one of those rounds. Flusha sees the grenades coming out, causing a bit of a rotation towards this side of the map. Blind shots coming through, not connecting with anyone just yet. There's the kill, taking down Snacks. But Pasha's there with the refrag. They need to pick up that bomb and get it down quick, and this time you have to hope someone is going to be covering it. Indeed, grenades are in a different scenario here. Flusha again doing work, taking down Pasha. It's now 4 versus 3. And is there going to be a flank coming in? Crims could do it. It seems like he's going to try and sneak the long way around. He's got to be a bit quicker than this, though. Gotta make a run for it here, otherwise they're going to run out of time.
It's going to be a little bit late for the party, I think. Just now going to start making the play, and unfortunately this actually will work out for him. Neo will find one, though, so at least it's a 1-for-1 trade, but he just makes it behind the box in time, goes for the flash, Molotov is down, and still Neo is there to hit the headshot and make the difference. 2-on-2, and they line up for Bialy and VP. They succeed in stopping the streak for Fnatic yet again. Fnatic cannot make it past 4 rounds in a row.
I need to see that spray from Neo. Oh, that looked beautiful. Everything working out. The flashbang and the follow-up. 14 rounds for Virtus Pro.
And we will get our wish. No, we're going with Bialy lining him up. Man, for Olaf and Flusha, that is a nightmare.
This is just one hell of a match. 14-11. 2 more rounds for Virtus Pro to make it through, and Fnatic's economy is completely dead.
It's in tatters.
There's going to be no barbecue tonight. They can't afford it.
It's kaput.
Kaput. They're left with surströmming, which is the worst thing in the world.
Oh God, pity them if they are left with surströmming. That is the fermented fish. When you open the can, open it underwater, because if you don't, you will throw up. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Molotovs raining in, trying to clear out all of the corners here. We'll see if Fnatic could do something with these pistols. They have been known to do it in the past. Although Dennis is down, I think there might have been a team flash hitting Taz. And Neo will clear out the kill anyway. So there's a big stack on the B bomb side. They've just all been killed one at a time. So that's a bit of a shame for the Fnatic side. JW and Flusha. Oh, panic on Taz. But now they know, and they're going to get the bomb plant down. Yeah,
Bialy in the meantime has cleared out the A site. And so this time around, Snacks plants wide. Nobody watching yet again. You knew where one player was. You didn't know where the second one was. He could have been a car just waiting to pounce, but I guess Bialy managed to clear that out. And Neo finds JW all the way in the back of T-spawn. And so now, well, Flusha, it's all on you, bud. 1v4, hopes and dreams. Or you can run all the way over to B and try and cut them off and save the AK that JW dropped. It looks like Neo's not going to let that happen, though.
Oh, he's in a perfect position as well. Oh, did he look the wrong way? Looked like Neo's suddenly looking for CT spawn instead. That's going to be the noise that he needed. And Neo will get the kill. Triple for him. Neo, another one of those legends that has just come alive again. And we've been seeing a lot of them, I would say, in this tournament. Obviously, a real delight. Gobby is one of them. Nothing is another one. Neo is playing extremely well. Just a lot of these players that have been playing for a very long time. I hesitate to say Markolov as well. You know, he's been playing good.
It had to come out somehow. It had to come out somehow.
I can't help it.
You just had to get it in there.
Yeah. Celebrating the 1.6 Legends. Why not?
It's not really going too hot for Markolov, though, sadly, right now. 0-2 in the groups.
Yeah.
So
no, they've had a hard time, Flipside.
Yeah, and well, I mean, that was Fnatic's first match against Flipside in this tournament. Beat them.
Oh, a bit of a chance there, but Crims can't make it work, and Flusha's also gone down. Pasha trying to see if he can just close out this game. Fnatic, they were doing well enough on the CT side, but they just never got the economy. Even the rounds that they won against VP early on were down to sort of 2v2s, so they could never build up like a really strong bank. They need that double up setup too. They want that as well if they can get it, and no chance for that at all for the Swedish team here. Could very well be a 16-11 scoreline if VP can just close out this. Oh, well, that's a grenade.
It's a grenade and a half. Snacks, he's not going to be too pleased about that. And Pasha, let's see. There's just no reason to rush things here for Virtus Pro, and kind of want to see them just kind of like group up at this point, because they're not leaving themselves a whole whacking lot of time to work with here. 40 seconds left. Neo, Taz, and Snacks are starting to work their way over towards the B side of things, however. And Bialy, will he run into JW? If he finds the kill on JW, this is going to be big.
Sneaking through the smoke, and JW will win the fight at least. I'm not sure that's going to give them too much hope, though. Dennis is about to call it in on the radio that it's on the other side. And now there's a lot of trouble here. Trying to see if he can get the sneak through. He's surely going to reload. No, he runs through without reloading, so that's very scary. Bomb has gone down. Dennis is down, and JW is in a 1 versus 4 here. Virtus Pro are going to make their way through the second game. 16-11 against Fnatic, an absolutely amazing scoreline for them. And honestly, just a great game. The first half finishing, what, 12-3 in their favor? Certainly a very impressive situation. And I don't know, they're one match away from making the Torrent Arena, playing in front of the home crowd.
That's me knocking on wood right now, you know, to cancel out what I'm about to say. The fact that, you know, the reverse sweep may be possible. 0-3 in Cologne just a week and a half ago, you know?
Dude, not even.
Not even, actually, yeah, not even.
This is
like just a week ago.
This is the time. Irene Virtus Pro, they look so good right now. some of their individual players have, like the fact that Pasha's stepping up at such a high level,
Yes.
and then Snacks is still an absolute beast and a monster, and one of the most difficult players to play against for sure. That, I don't know, I think this is going to be interesting. There's a lot of potential combinations of matchups here that could be out of control. What if SK, meet Virtus Pro? What if Astralis do instead? Like, I don't know. All of this could be interesting.
Man, SK versus Virtus Pro.